Justine Wilson left his life the same way he walked into the future. Fast, cold, and unstoppable. Their divorce happened when she realized the man she married no longer existed. So what happened? And how did the world's most ambitious man become impossible to love? In Ontario, Canada, in the early 1990s at Queen's University, Justine Wilson was an 18-year-old English literature student with dreams of becoming a fantasy novelist. She'd earned a black belt in Taekwondo and had quiet confidence. When skinny Elon Musk approached her suggesting ice cream, she declined. Most guys would have taken a hint, but Elon showed up at her dorm hours later, holding 2 melting ice cream cones. He refused to accept no. Years later, Justine remembered that moment as sweet. She didn't know it would bring a bitter aftertaste. If she did, she would have recognized it for what it was, a preview. They dated through university. When Elon transferred to the University of Pennsylvania, after 2 years, the distance should have ended things. But Justine told her sister she'd reconsider if he reached out, and he called exactly 1 week later. After graduation, she taught English in Japan while Elon moved to Silicon Valley. Then in 1999, everything changed. Elon sold Zip2 for roughly $37 million. Overnight, he became a multimillionaire. He bought an 18,800 square foot condo, a McLaren F1, and a small plane. The world of private jets felt surreal to Justine, but she believed they were building something together. In late 1999, they got engaged. Then Elon arranged a meeting with a lawyer. He told Justine it was a financial agreement his company's board wanted. When she hesitated, he clarified it wasn't a prenup. Technically true, it was a post-nuptial agreement since they signed after engagement. Justine trusted him completely and signed without review. That decision would haunt her forever. In January 2000, they married. At their reception, while dancing, Elon whispered something that should have shattered the evening. "I am the alpha in this relationship." Justine laughed it off, but that wasn't a joke. It was a declaration of how he viewed their dynamic. He didn't see them as partners. It was a hierarchy with him at the top. 2 years later, their first child, Nevada Alexander Musk, was born. For 10 perfect weeks, their world expanded. Then, without warning, Nevada stopped breathing. Their baby was gone. Most marriages don't survive losing a child. For Justine and Elon, it drove them apart. She grieved openly, desperately needing to process the pain. She wanted to talk about Nevada, to remember him. Elon refused. He compartmentalized and told her he didn't want to discuss it. "We can either wallow in sadness or move forward," he reportedly said. To Justine, it felt like Nevada had been deleted from Elon's system. To Elon, it was survival. He didn't know how to solve grief, so he moved to the next problem. Despite their loss, in 2000 they welcomed twins, Griffin and Xavier. Then in 2006, triplets Kai, Saxon, and Damien arrived, 5 children. But Justine felt increasingly invisible. She described becoming Elon's trophy wife, a term that stung because she'd fought to maintain her identity. She was a published author, Blood Angel in 2005, Uninvited in 2007. She had her own career and voice, but Elon's world expanded so rapidly that everything got sucked into his orbit. He'd constantly remark on ways she didn't measure up. Her weight, appearance, decisions. When she'd protest, "I am your wife, not your employee," he'd respond, "If you were my employee, I would fire you." He said this repeatedly, not in anger, but as obvious logic. During those years, Elon built 2 impossible companies simultaneously. Tesla was hemorrhaging money, constantly near bankruptcy. SpaceX had failed 3 rocket launches. His attention wasn't divided between work and family. There was only work with brief family interruptions. Justine felt like a supporting character in someone else's origin story. Then came a car accident. In spring 2008, Justine was driving when another car hit hers. No one was hurt, but her first thought wasn't relief. It was, "My husband is going to kill me." That realization shattered something final. She saw herself clearly for the first time in years, very thin, very blonde, because Elon had pressured her to go platinum. She became someone unrecognizable. They attended couples therapy. Even there, Elon treated emotions like inefficiency. When their therapist asked if he saw what she needed, Elon responded with characteristic bluntness. "If she has a problem with me, she knows where the door is." Weeks later, Elon sent a message through the therapist. He was filing for divorce. The marriage was over. No negotiation. According to Justine, 6 weeks later, she received a text. Elon was engaged to British actress Tallulah Riley, whom he'd met at a London nightclub. She was in her early 20s and had moved to LA to be with him. Riley was 22 when she met 37-year-old Elon in 2008. According to her interviews, he seemed sweet and shy. 10 days later, he proposed. By 2010, they married in a lavish ceremony at Dornoch Cathedral in Scotland. It looked like a fairy tale, but lasted only 2 years. In January 2012, Elon announced their divorce on Twitter. Riley received a $4.2 million settlement. But here's where things get weird. 18 months later, in July 2013, they remarried. Yes, the same couple. That second marriage lasted 3 years. In December 2014, Elon filed for divorce again, then withdrew it 7 months later. Finally, in March 2016, Riley filed herself. By October 2016, their second divorce was finalized. Riley received an additional $16 million, totaling over $20 million. Despite 2 marriages and divorces, Riley and Musk remained close friends. She defended him publicly. In 2024, she married actor Thomas Brody Sangster, and Elon attended as a guest. Why did Elon marry and divorce the same woman twice? He never learned to turn off his work obsession. Riley described being married to him as being with a storm. You can only survive it. After Riley, Elon dated actress Amber Heard from 2016 to 2018. That relationship was intense and ultimately doomed. Then came Claire Boucher, the musician known as Grimes. They connected through a shared joke about an AI thought experiment. They debuted at the 2018 Met Gala. They had 3 children together with unconventional names that became memes. In September 2021, Elon said they were semi-separated. By March 2022, Grimes confirmed they'd broken up. Then in July 2022, court documents revealed Elon had fathered twins in November 2021 with Cher Von Zieles, a Neuralink executive. The babies were born weeks before Grimes, and Elon welcomed their daughter via surrogate. Grimes discovered this around the same time as the public. The betrayal was public and humiliating. In September 2023, their relationship deteriorated into legal warfare. Grimes filed in California, while Elon filed in Texas the same day. The jurisdictional battle was strategic. California has no child support cap, but Texas limits it to $2,760 monthly for 3 children. For someone worth over $300 billion, that difference was astronomical. The custody case settled in August 2024 with sealed terms. Then there's Vivian Jenna Wilson, born Xavier Alexander Musk in 2004, one of the twins from Elon's marriage to Justine. In 2020, she came out as transgender and broke contact with Elon immediately. She took her mother's maiden name, erasing Musk from her identity. Elon found out from his biographer, not from Vivian or Justine. He didn't accept her transition. Vivian fought back publicly, calling her father cold, narcissistic, and absent. By 2025, she appeared on Teen Vogue's cover, pursued modeling, and signed with CAA. Everyone who gets close to Elon describes the same experience. He's emotionally unavailable. When someone needs connection, he offers solutions. When they need presence, he's solving the next problem. Being with Elon means accepting he's never fully present. His mind lives years ahead. Yet Elon has repeatedly said he can't be happy unless he's in love. He admitted loneliness terrifies him. But the drive that makes him revolutionary makes him emotionally unreachable. He's built revolutionary companies, but hasn't figured out how to maintain relationships. Today, Elon has at least 14 children with multiple women. He's solving the population crisis one child at a time, often born weeks apart to different mothers, announced through leaked documents rather than celebrations. What do we learn? That genius in one domain doesn't translate to wisdom in another. That work ethic isn't love. That you can engineer solutions for physics, but not human hearts. That ambition can change the world while destroying relationships that make life worth living. Justine asked the question that haunts this story. Do you even see me anymore? The answer seems to be no. He doesn't see them. He sees the mission, the next rocket, the next impossible problem. Everyone else becomes background noise in a mind already years ahead.